Hello and good day, YouTube land. Let's see, who all is still unemployed? I have a couple of things to talk about today. Let's start with, okay, I don't know how it is for other industry, people in other industries looking for jobs, but in the software world, all the devs the developers will know what I'm talking about. So let's start today with the dev tests. I had to take one the other day, which, by the way, almost these days feels lucky if they respond to you and send you some bullshit test, right? So I took one the other day, and part of it, to be fair, some of it was kind of fair. Okay, it wasn't. I've had some that are just ridiculous, just don't waste everybody's time here. But this one was kind of fair. But here are the points I want to mention. So for those of you that don't know, what they'll do often is you're sharing your screen, they're recording your screen, you're on web, they're filming you on the webcam. And so you can't reference anything, you have to code all this stuff from memory, essentially. And this one basically wanted me to parse an XML file. I was like, really? From memory? I mean, it's been a while. Most of us are serializing JSON at this point, but okay, you give it a try. I don't even know if they say, oh, we'll look at your process and evaluate it, but you score an F on it if you don't get the code working. So, I mean, do you really want the guy that can parse XML from memory working for you? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know overall how effective that process is. And then the second part was that there's just a general level of awkwardness, okay? I noticed that. Sure, if it's a multiple choice question, things like that, some of those are weird too. The wording can be it's just not practical. It's not like what you run into when you're actually troubleshooting, debugging, developing an app from scratch. It's just not the kind of things you run into. Even architecting, right? Like do some architecting, and it's just these things a little bit, some of the theoretical multiple choice maybe, but they have to be better questions. But anyway, the point I wanted to ask and get y'all's feedback on was, like, when you get some of these questions that are actually a little bit fair, but there's no context. You're on film. You got like 4 or 5 minutes to code it. I don't know. My opinion is I don't think it's a very good overall assessment. So let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree on that. The next thing was AI's impact, can't talk, on our developer jobs. The impact is real, I think. I don't think anyone's going to argue that. But I think AI can be utilized for starting a business. That's like the upside to it. Now, I know if you're looking for opportunities right now and you're like, what can I do? I don't have a job, this industry's, falling apart. People say, just start a business. And it's like, okay, have you ever started a business from scratch? It's actually not that easy. You get so far. It's a longer term process. It's definitely not easy, especially if you're having to do this on your own. But I do think if you go that route, I have a few things I'm developing right now, and AI is helping me a ton. So maybe it can help balance us out a little against the guys and gals that can parse XML from memory. Okay. Lastly, if I do get one of these businesses going, they're kind of POC entry level right now. I might be able to get a couple clients on 1 or 2 of them. And if I do, I'm probably going to need help from some kind of server admin type of professional. So if any of you guys have any expertise like that, comment below, and maybe we can get in touch somehow. Other than that, that's about all I wanted to talk about. I do keep getting weeded out in HR interviews, so I get a little too comfortable. And eventually I tell them things like, well, maybe I don't really know Angular, and I have to Google everything I do. I can't really stand working with people, especially from 8 to 5, and somehow that doesn't work for me. Good luck, everybody. Talk to you soon.